Title: The Brave Boy and the Whispering Forest. In a peaceful village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young boy named Leo. He was small for his age but had a heart full of courage. While other children spent their days playing, Leo often sat by the window, looking at the distant forest that bordered the village. The villagers spoke of the Whispering Forest, a mysterious place where no one dared to go. Strange noises echoed from its depths at night, and many believed that it was home to creatures that could enchant your mind or trap your soul. Leo, however, wasn't afraid. He believed that the forest wasn't something to fear, but something to understand. One evening, as the golden sun dipped below the horizon, an old woman came to the village square. She was known as the village storyteller, and her tales had kept many children up at night. But this time, her words carried an air of warning. "The forest," she said, her voice trembling, "has been restless. The wind whispers of a shadow rising within its heart, and if it is not stopped, it will swallow us all." The villagers exchanged nervous glances. Some suggested sealing the forest off, others wanted to consult the village elders. But Leo, standing quietly in the back, knew what he had to do. "I'll go," he said, his voice steady. "I'll find the heart of the forest and stop whatever is causing the unrest." The villagers gasped, and the old woman looked at him, surprised but somehow not doubtful. "You are brave, child," she said, "but remember, the forest speaks to those who listen, and deceives those who aren't careful." Leo nodded, and with that, he set off towards the edge of the Whispering Forest, his heart beating with both excitement and determination. As Leo stepped into the forest, a strange calmness settled over him. The trees towered above, their leaves rustling like murmurs of an ancient language. The deeper he went, the louder the whispers became. It wasn't just the wind anymore, he could hear words, soft and inviting. Some of them were soothing, while others were sharp and eerie. "Come closer, Leo," one whispered. "You are stronger than the others. You can be the ruler of this land." Leo shook his head and pressed on. The further he walked, the darker it became, and the whispers grew more insistent. "Turn back," they urged. "You cannot win. You are just a boy." But Leo's resolve never wavered. He remembered what his father had told him. Courage is not the absence of fear. It's the choice to move forward despite it. After what seemed like hours, Leo reached the heart of the forest, a massive, ancient tree with roots that seemed to stretch down into the earth forever. The air was thick with magic, and before him stood a shadowy figure, its form flickering like a flame in the wind. The figure spoke with a voice that echoed through the trees. "You've come, little one. But what can you do against me?" Leo stood tall, even though he could feel his knees trembling. "I came to stop the unrest. I came to bring peace." The shadow laughed, a chilling sound that made the forest itself seem to tremble. "Peace? You are nothing but a child. The forest belongs to me now. No one can stop me." Leo thought of his village, of the people who believed in him. "I am not afraid of you," he said, more to himself than to the shadow. "I believe in the goodness of this forest. I will protect it." With a sudden burst of courage, Leo stepped forward. He reached out to touch the bark of the great tree, and as his hand made contact, the whispers turned to a deafening roar. The shadow lunged at him, its dark form writhing like smoke. But Leo didn't falter. He closed his eyes and whispered, "I trust in the forest. I trust in its true spirit." As soon as he spoke those words, a brilliant light erupted from the tree, pushing the shadow back. The wind picked up, swirling around him in a protective whirlwind. The shadow shrieked as it dissolved, its dark form unraveling like a nightmare fading with the dawn. The forest grew quiet again, its peaceful whispers returning to their natural rhythm. The air felt lighter, the trees stronger, as though they had been freed from an ancient curse. Leo stood there for a moment, catching his breath. He had done it. The darkness had been banished, and peace had returned to the forest. He turned and made his way back to the village, his heart swelling with pride. As he emerged from the forest, the villagers cheered. The old woman smiled at him, her eyes filled with admiration. "You've done it, young one," she said. "The forest will remember you." From that day on, Leo was known as the boy who tamed the Whispering Forest. He grew older, but his bravery became a legend passed down through generations. Whenever anyone stood at the edge of the forest, they would hear a soft whisper carried on the wind, a reminder that even the smallest heart can be the bravest of all. And Leo knew, in the silence of the trees, that the forest's true heart was not dark or evil. It was simply waiting for someone who would listen, someone brave enough to understand its true nature. End.